What are we going to do to win this bid? And I say bid because that's exactly what's happening in the marketplace right now. This is a silent auction on every home that goes on the market. And so what are we going to do, or what are you going to do as a buyer to win the bid on this property? So we all talk about this, right? You're going to have the highest price. That doesn't always win, but you're going to need to be, money talks. You're going to need to have a very high price. You're going to need to close as soon as possible most of the time. That's a conversation that your buyer's agent needs to have with the seller's agent. That communication between professionals is extremely important to the success of your closing. I did a sale down in Bonita Springs not too long ago because I'm licensed here in Connecticut and down in Florida, in the Naples area. And my client was the winning bidder on that property because he was willing to close early, which then put the proceeds in the seller's pocket so they can do what they want to do moving on. But what my buyer did was he offered 4 weeks of lease back for free. Now, I know that sounds crazy and it probably cost him around $6,000, but he got the house that he wanted. So it takes some creativity in order for you to win these properties, right? Other people are waiving mortgage contingency whatsoever. So regardless if they get a mortgage or if they were denied, they are still moving forward with the property. Scary stuff, but that's what's happening. Another suggestion that I've made to my clients, and some people have a hard time wrapping their heads around this, and I can appreciate that, but pay cash. Now, not all of us have $500, $700, $800, $1 million, or whatever that may be in our savings to do that. But if you have a 401k or you have some stocks and holdings in your portfolio, you are not cashing those out. You are taking a margin account against those, an LMA. And what that does is it allows you to pay cash for that property, and then after you close, a couple months later, you then refinance and take the cash out and you pay off that LMA. That makes you so much stronger in the market than any kind of financing will do. Okay, so that's something that's important. And people are also, they are waiving their appraisals and their rights to appraisals, and they are making up the difference with cash at closing. Scary stuff, once again, but that's what people are doing. And so what that means is this: if you're buying a home and the purchase price is $600,000 and the home appraises at $575,000, you as a buyer is coming to closing with an extra $25,000 to make up that difference. Or you could walk away and forfeit your deposit, which is never the right thing to do because your intent when getting in this contract is to buy the house. So people are doing inspections as is, and there's a difference between as is and for informational purposes only. As is means you have the right to conduct all your inspections to the level you want, and you also have the right to terminate the contract and get your deposits back. For informational purposes only means you're doing your home inspections regardless as to what the results are. You do not have the right to back out. They're strictly for your informational purposes only. So that's more information and interesting information that is happening. The other thing people are doing is escalation clauses. So I will bid X amount of increments over the next highest bid not to exceed. And that's a protection for a buyer so that if he doesn't bid $570 on a house and then ends up the seller would have the next highest bid was $550, so that increments get them in steps over the next price up to a certain amount of money. So years back, a lot of people weren't doing it. Almost every offer I'm seeing now as a listing agent has the escalation clauses. Another thing you can do, and this is probably the last thing you do in regards to inspections, I should have mentioned this before, is get your inspections tentatively scheduled with an inspector before you go under contract and even make the offer, so you can show once again how much stronger your offer is because you're willing to already take that extra step and be proactive and get your inspection set up. So those are just some of the things. I could go on for another 5 minutes about this. If you want to know more and you want to know what people are doing in order to win the property of their dreams in this market, you need to call me today and let's talk a little bit further. And I look forward to the opportunity to educate you, and if nothing else, just have a great conversation. Take care.